I'm going to be building this wall right here with the doorway right here. Currently, there is a wall right here that I will be taking out by putting in a new beam above it. That wall is that one right there. So see that doorway right there is this doorway right here. So I have to build a doorway here and then build this wall. Then after that, I can take that wall out. This is basically the diagram of the wall I have to build. And I wanted to write a diagram because of the doorway. I needed to make sure I have enough 2x4s and that I get all the measurements right. So the first step is I'm gonna build this section, put it in, then I'm gonna build this wall, put it in, then this board that goes across on top connecting them, then I'm gonna put that in. And after this is up, then I will be building this wall, actually this wall, then this wall. And it goes right up to that window right over there. So it will go from basically there, come back here, like that, and then off to be right there. So, and then I'm gonna put a beam right across there. So that beam will hold up this load-bearing wall, and I'm gonna build a closet right there. That closet, if I can pull it up here, yeah, that's the closet right there. So that'll be fun. These are the tools I'm going to be using. This is a hammer drill that I'm going to be using to drill into the concrete as well as the block walls. This is a sawzall that I'm using to cut out pieces of the old walls, adding and things like that that are still already in place. That's a hammer I'm using for framing. The clamps I'm using to hold the new walls in place while I get them hammered in. Now you have two of them, but I'm only showing one here. Then tape measure to measure right. A regular drill, because I'm putting in a few screws here and there. And then I have a crowbar for when I mess up hammering stuff in. I have a level to try to get it as level as possible, though it's not going to be that level because it's attaching new walls to old walls. And the ground isn't level at all. So these are the nails I'm using. They are 16D, 3¼ inch long for framing. That is a speed square, which you can never do without. That is a pencil, because you always need a pencil. These are the screws I'm using. 3 inch, number 9, with T25 bits, and they hold on really well, so I like the T25 bits. These are screws that I'm using. They're masonry screws that are going to be attaching to the block wall. This is what I'm going to be using to anchor to the concrete. That's a 1/2 inch spade bit for going through wood. That's a 1/2 inch masonry bit for going through the concrete and the block wall. That's just for the concrete, not the block wall. That is for an anchor. It's 1/2 inch wide, 4 inches long. And so you slide it into the 1/2 inch hole and start twisting it down, and this part spreads out to hold solid to the concrete. And then I'm using a miter saw for cutting the wood to length. All right. So this is the door. I framed it on the ground because it's easier that way, and this hallway just barely fitted. So we're gonna lift it up and nail it in. I already marked right there where it's supposed to go, so we'll be able to just aim it right for when we're ready to cut the door open. Wall out, I mean. Okay. You got it, man?
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I know.
There you go. All right. See, and I left just enough room up there for the 2x4 going across that way. And then all right. So I mismeasured that right there by 1/2 inch to 1 inch. I'm just gonna use a Sawzall to cut it off after the fact. But I got 32 inches in between and 81 inches tall. I don't know if that's right, but I went based off of these old doors. And these old doors, I guess, were working at some point. So now we're gonna nail this in, and that door will be there, and then the next step is that wall right over there. Now that the door's up, I put the header at the top, or whatever that is called. Put the top board up through holes I cut with a Sawzall. And it took a lot of work to slide it underneath that rafter, but I got it done. I got the wall in, at least this wall. There are still 2 walls I have to put in because I have to make a corner that's 4 feet by like 3.5 feet, something like that. I don't know. I'd have to look at the plans, but I'm kind of too tired to do so right now. So yeah, that's the door. And this wall will be a flat wall for this room. And these will not be here because I'm going to replace them with a beam up across the top, and that will be a closet. So it will be a long room. Good room for a kid.